From Wall Street to Main Street, this is LALATE.
It's a big evening here, Friday evening on LALATE, with incredible details about your forced stimulus check of 2021. In this recording, we're going to be going over that monthly forced stimulus check that the Democrats want you to have, and that the president's calling for a vote next week. OMG, yes. We have all the incredible news and the breaking news from Jalapal, speaking out about the entire process and what the president's doing for her and what she's doing for him. It's incredible news. Then the second half of this video, we go over fifth stimulus that raises your benefits up a lifetime and what the Federal Reserve out of St. Louis, yes, St. Louis said today, that made the Wall Street go down, but gave hopes for your benefits to go through the roof, even stronger than before. Then we turn to the big money across the board that heats up in the middle of this video, thousands of dollars you can get right now. Viewers are continually getting it. I'll go over how you can get that money as well. It's a big night. There's a lot of breaking news. I'm excited for you to join me this Friday night, direct from Santa Monica on Evenings LALATE. I hope you're having a beautiful, beautiful Friday evening. How's the weather where you are? Tell me where you're tuning in from and how's the weather. Jump in that live chat right now. And if you have bad weather, hit the like button because apparently that works. It worked earlier this week. If you hit the like button, the bad weather goes away. It worked here. So hit the like button if you're having bad weather. If you're having good weather, hit the like button. It'll help you have more good weather as well. See how I got this going? In this forced stimulus check update of 2021 tonight, we'll be going over the breaking news as Jalapal speaks out about what's happening next week. It's wonderful news. The vote starts next week. The president has sat, and I have all the excitement about this forced stimulus check update of 2021 today. In the second half of this video, we turn to fifth stimulus, the raise your benefits up a lifetime. And we'll go through that fifth stimulus check, the raising up your benefits, and the breaking news out of the federal chair out of St. Louis. Yes, he had something to say. And Wall Street took notice and crashed today. So did crypto. In this recording, we'll explain how that raises your benefits up a lifetime and the excitement about a fifth stimulus check as well. Wow. Then in the middle of this recording, we go over the $1,000 you're going to get right now. And I'm assuring you to get the details of everything, and it heats up. But if you're new to this channel, this is LALATE, the only 24-hour-a-day, 7 days a week financial news channel. Live in the morning, taped in the evenings, like this show. Right before this was Afternoons LALATE. And coming up right after this video, stay right here. It'll automatically take you to Overnight's Crypto, which might be the most important crypto show you've seen of the last 4 weeks as the industry is crashing tonight. So make sure you subscribe. 400,000 subscribers on YouTube in record in 1 year. I want you to be part of this family. Hit that subscribe button right now. Like the video, 2,000-3,000 likes. It helps in improving the weather. And also helps with the algorithm rankings. And consider becoming a member. Let's get right into that monthly stimulus check from the House and the senators. Let's compare and contrast and understand how different they are starting right now. House bill, monthly stimulus check, pandemic plus 1 year. Senate proposal, July to December. House bill, monthly payout, $1,000 after the first month of $2,000. Senate proposal, monthly amount unknown, but word on the street is it's this. OMG, that's $2,000 a month over 6 months, $12,000. Or $1,400 a month over 6 months, $8,400. If you're on the live chat just after 5 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, get ready to vote House or Senate. House or Senate. Tell me where you're tuning in from, and how's the weather. But let's go back over something that's important. Pandemic plus 1 year. Yeah, some legislators think that the pandemic may be over. That would result in just 1 year of stimulus checks. 12 months from the House. Jalapal's House bill, 12 months of stimulus checks, $13,000. How does that compare for you to this from the senators over 6 months? I think you got an opinion. Jump in the live chat right now. House or Senate? Which one do you like? House or Senate? And tell me where you're tuning in from and how's the weather. All right, let's go over everything else you need to know about this fourth stimulus check. First, who gets it? You do. If you got the third stimulus check, you get the fourth stimulus check. The Democrats want everyone who got a third to get a fourth. So, single individual, $75,000 or less, you get a fourth stimulus check. Congratulations. Married couple, $150,000 or less, Democrats would give you a fourth stimulus check. Double it. Family of four, Democrats would give you a fourth stimulus check. Quadruple it. And if you're on benefits, Democrats would give you a fourth stimulus check. SSI, SSDI, Social Security, Railroad benefits, veterans benefits, there you go. The fourth stimulus check is not income, so it is not taxable. And then the fourth stimulus check would come out as a monthly stimulus check. It would not come out in waves because it's not a waivable check. So if you see the check walking down the street, don't wave at the check because the check will not wave back at you and you'll think it's a rude check. Hi, check. Getting ready for August? Are you coming to me for August? Didn't respond again, that rude check. I hope you're coming to me in August. It's not a waivable check. It won't wave at you. It'll just show up in August. It'll just be there. It will not wave back at you. Those Democrats and their waivable checks. Or non-waivable checks. There you go. The Democrats represent that the final vote would be in the month of July, early July, naming July 4th. That means that they would give you a fourth stimulus check in the month of July for the month of July, in the month of August for the month of August. And there you go. That is the first of your three parts of that fourth stimulus check updated 2021 today. But in the second part, we're going to go over Jalopal's statements, the calling the vote next week. And then in the third part, we're going to be going over what you should anticipate throughout the voting process starting on Monday. Really exciting news. But here, let's get a preview of the second half of this video. It's fifth stimulus. And it got no less than a half dozen breaking news stories in the last few hours. Why? Because the Federal Reserve chair out of St. Louis talked about inflation, talked about interest rates, and it's just causing a lot of chatter. But the chatter's all good for you. So we'll be going over how that impacts your fifth stimulus and that fifth stimulus check and that benefits lift across the board. Wow. But time to get some money. It's Money Friday. It doesn't rhyme like Money Monday, but we're going to say Money Friday. Money Friday. That's a hard twister. Money Friday. If you're new to this channel, that's what I do. I get people money. I don't sit in front of a blank wall and read a script. This is not the Stimulus Psychic Network. I'm not Mr. Cleo. And I don't track checks. We cash checks. In spring of 2020, I got viewers $25 million for EIDL loans, saving their homes, their businesses, and also their employees' homes. But in fall 2020, second stimulus was not going out, so I got them $250,000 of rent and utilities. Well, I'm getting your money every day on this channel. And get a pen and paper ready. And if it must be a Crayola crown, I hope it matches this color of the shirt, because it's not Crayola blue today. It's Crayola purple. So get it ready, because I got a lot of money to get you, and I want you to write it all down. A lot of money to get you in this video. Stay at the very end. We're going to start with some rent, utilities, mortgage assistance, and also homeowners assistance. The rent's a lot. It's about $5,000, about 4 to 6 months of rent. So what you're going to do is you're going to reach out to different places. I'm going to tell you about in a second. Each has different eligibility. So if one says no, reach out to the next until you get a yes. And there you go. All right, you're ready with that pen, paper, or Crayola crown purple? All right, here we go. You're going to reach out to your city hall, your city housing authority, your state hall, your state housing authority, your county hall, and your county housing authority. Keywords you're going to say are rent assistance because of COVID. Rent assistance because of COVID, or mortgage assistance because of COVID. You don't say words they don't know, like stimulus or Studio 54. Excuse me? Studio 50, who? That thing? Yeah, no. Don't say words they don't know, or they'll think you have the wrong number. They don't know stimulus. And there you go. Congratulations to viewers who have got to this money, about $5,000 for rent. Tim got it. Linda got it. But the next pot of money, you are just killing it. You're killing it. One viewer got $5,000 for this week. Last week, a viewer got $6,000 to $7,000 of it. If you got in any money from this show, any money, whether it's rent or what I'm about to talk about, drop in the comments, because it inspires me. It inspires someone else to ensure that they can get that money as well. And this next pot of money is SNAP. Viewers, you've been killing it. Killing it. So what is SNAP? It is money for food. How do you get it? Department of Agriculture. Reach out to Department of Agriculture to get this money. How much does it pay? A fortune. A family of four in Hawaii gets upwards of $16,000 a year now. Wow. Why so much money? because of two wonderful executive orders, one from Biden and one from Trump, that raise your benefits 15%. So go get it. Len Glenn got it for her son, for herself, and her mom. Gail got it, and all those other viewers have been getting in the last 7 days. Wow, it's your turn to get it as well. And there you go. $60,000 for SNAP for a family of four in Hawaii. $5,000 for rent. We are killing it, and we're only 10 minutes into this video. Oh my goodness. Well, I got $5,000 for you next. And what is that $5,000? It is money coming back for your states. Oh, it's coming on back. Welcome back, Mr. Carter. Well, that money is coming back because the federal government has ordered it back to you. It was money that was paid to you from your states due to computer error. Not your computers. Your computers work fine. It's their computers. They're still running Windows 98. And the states have said, give us back our money. Well, the federal government has just now ordered the states to return the money back to you. Wow. One of you got $5,000 from us. So how are you going to get on the count that you have a file with your state's unemployment department? When? Reach out to your state to find routing times of when they're going to return that money back to you that was due to computer errors of their computer systems. And when you ask them, make sure that they do not use the same computer to track it. Yeah, it will be a little awkward. The computer was the problem of getting the check in the first place, and now let's use that same darn computer again to track it. No. Can you track it with a new computer, please? And there you go. Well, the last pot of money viewers continue to get, and if you got it, just jump in the live chat. It's just wonderful. It's the money coming back from IRS that you pay taxes on. So let's go over the incredible details. Cod got it. Margaret got it. About half a dozen viewers have gotten in the last 7 days. What is it? That money from the taxes you paid on unemployment assistance. Let's go over how much, when you're going to get it, routing times, and tracking details. All right, how much? Well, if you had $9,000 of unemployment assistance and your total tax bill was like $5,000, of which $4,000 was the taxes on the unemployment, you're getting back $4,000. Congratulations. When? This month. Where is it going to land? Direct deposit, unless you don't have that on that tax return, otherwise in the mail. And can you track it? Yes, about 70% of the time you can. Go to irs.gov, set up a username and password. Do a transcript search for yourself, and 70% of the time it will work. It will reveal the tax return you filed, the taxes you paid, and the refund check you're getting back. Congratulations. There you go. That is incredible, wonderful news. But can we top it? We can. With the second of your third part of your 4 stimulus check updated 2021 in this video starting right now. Jalapal has spoken. Jalapal has spoken. And basically, Jalapal came out and said, you know what? We've done enough of this. We've done enough of this. So I'm going to go over first Jalapal's comment. We're going to go over what the president's doing on calling the vote, and we're going to go over all the breaking news that brought us up to that point. So Jalapal has now spoken out and said the following. The White House has not in any way told us progressives to not do what us progressives are doing. Wow. And then Brian Schatz, Democrat out of Hawaii, said that the White House has repeatedly reassured him that the White House considers the progressive priorities the White House's own priorities. Wow. Now let's explain what that means and how that plays out for you. So what does that mean? It means the following. In force stimulus, you understand there's infrastructure. Well, you also understand that climate is not infrastructure. No, it's not. But what does the president want in there? Climate. And he also wants in there the CARES economy, which refers to medical issues and seniors. Well, those are both, CARES economy and climate, progressive policies of the progressive wing of the Democratic Party. They're not centralist democratic ideas. They're progressive ideas. And what is he using? He's using progressives to help get it to the finish line. The president made very adamant that he will not agree to anything unless those two progressive policies are in there. And so he's using the progressives like Jalapal to get them to the finish line. So what is he doing on the rub my back, I rub your back situation? He's letting the progressives add in anything else the progressives want to add in because they're taking care of his two progressive policies. And so what progressive policy is he fine with the progressives adding in? Monthly stimulus checks. That's their progressive policy, and that's his two progressive policies. They're working hand in hand to get to the finish line. OMG. Now, how did we get to this wonderful spot? We did the Friday before Memorial Day weekend when Leader Schumer spoke to us about 3 breaking news stories, which I had been reporting before that. Number 1, the recon had already begun. Number 2, it's going to end by July 4th. And number 3, it'll end with a passage. Wow. So how do we get to that point? We got to that point when the illustrious, familiar name, Chalapa, also wrote the president a letter saying, call the vote, Chuck, on the recon. Well, that letter was signed by 12 House Democrats, who are among the 100-plus House Democrats who have written the president a letter a week earlier saying, Mr. President, in the 4 stimulus package, we're going to be putting monthly stimulus checks in there. Yes, now that is wonderful news. Can we top that? We can. When 7 House Democrats wrote the president a letter about a week ago saying, Mr. President, when we write the 4 stimulus package, we're going to be putting monthly stimulus checks in there. Well, who are they to say that? What do they do for a living? Who are you? They are on the House subcommittee that's solely and exclusively responsible for writing stimulus checks. Really? Yes, they are. Did they write our first stimulus check? They did. Did they write our second stimulus check? They did. Did they write our third stimulus check this year? They did. And now they represent, they're currently marking up the bill and putting monthly stimulus checks in there. Oh my goodness. Are they doing 5th stimulus checks as well? They are. And that's coming up in the second half of this video. Yes, it's getting wonderful, but can we top that? We can. When the President of the United States surprised us all, and Biden did it. First calling the vote for next week and surprising us last weekend by anchoring 4 stimulus to the finish line with an international agreement that now no longer needs provisions in our local laws because it's in the international agreement. I'm going to explain these details starting right now. It started on a recent Tuesday ago when the President of the United States had said, you know what? I like that for stimulus. And the way he pays for 4 stimulus, it's important for you to understand. He pays for it by raising the U.S. corporate tax rate. But on that recent Tuesday ago, he had told legislators, I'm worried that if I raise the corporate tax rate in the United States, businesses in the United States may leave the United States to find a lower corporate tax rate internationally. So he had an idea. Reach out to the G7 countries and have them all raise the corporate tax rate so no one will move around but find the cheapest rate here. And then they said yes, to which he said to his legislative team, I like how this is going. After we pass 4 stimulus, then in December we can go back to those G7 countries and have them sign on the dotted line. And if they do, we can remove those provisions we no longer need in the bill because it's covered by the international agreement. Well, Biden did it, and he surprised everyone, signing this into law last weekend, not this coming December. In his first international trip overseas as president, he went there, and I tipped you off a week earlier that this could be happening, went there and had those G7 countries sign into law the provisions now. It's huge. It's wonderful. It's incredible because now it anchors 4 stimulus right to the edge of the finish line and now makes it easier to pass 4 stimulus because certain provisions about that corporate tax rate are no longer needed in there because they're in the international agreement. Wow. Now that's wonderful news. And can we top that? We can, with the third part of our 4 stimulus check update of 2021. It's coming right up after this commercial break. Big details, a lot of breaking news, and stay with me. I'm going to go over what you should anticipate and the surprise of new U-Haul trucks in this scenario. You're going to be surprised by this one. And then we turn to 5th stimulus and raise your benefits up lifetime. But is something even better than that? Yes, the volunteers. The volunteers embody the true purple power spirit. Viewers helping viewers. So if you're having problems finding that rent or utilities or mortgage or internet or SNAP, reach out to the volunteers. They'll help you find it for you. They embody the true purple power spirit. So reach out to them. Here's a little bit about them in this commercial break. And I'll be back in 60 seconds with you with more about the 4th stimulus and the 5th stimulus. If you want money right now, not 5 days from now, and not 5 weeks from now, then reach out to the community page. The volunteers can help you find that money for rent and utilities. That's at news.lalate.com/community. The community page features a series of volunteers who are viewers like you. They can help you find rent, utilities, SNAP, food benefits, mortgage assistance, and help you with eviction moratorium questions as well. Their Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram individuals reach out to them and indicate the city and state you're from, and they'll get back to you shortly. That's a community page. Volunteers working for you, viewers helping one another. Stay with LA for more. Join LALATE daily for the excitement of the new LALATE live daily. The excitement starts on mornings LALATE at 9 a.m. Home LALATE returns at 11 a.m. daily. And then afternoons LALATE at 1 p.m. Join us daily as the excitement continues live from Santa Monica on LALATE. And the excitement continues right now on Evenings LALATE as Force Stimulus heats up with a vote coming up next week. Oh boy, I am excited for you. I'll have all the breaking news about this in the second half of this video. And we turn to fifth stimulus as the head of the Fed out of St. Louis sends stock market and crypto into a plummeting fall. But this is huge news, great news for you and your benefits, because it's all about that inflationary benchmark. This is LALATE, your 24-hour day, 7 days a week financial news channel. Subscribe right now. The fastest growing channel for the best reasons. I cover all the news 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I don't want you to miss a single video across the board, so subscribe. Also, like this video, 2,000-3,000 likes. It helps in the algorithm ranking. And consider becoming a member. Coming up right after the show, stay on this video. It'll automatically take you into overnight's crypto. It'll be playing right after this show airs. Just stay with it, and it'll automatically take you to that video. You don't have to even leave move your mouse or anything. All right, let's go into fifth stimulus that has so much wonderful breaking news. Let's go over each of the items one at a time. First, fifth stimulus check, yes. So the Democrats, those 7 House Democrats represent, they'll be giving you a fifth stimulus check. That fifth stimulus check would likely be a January 22 check. How does that work? It basically goes to a vote in November-ish. Starts the whole legislative process around September, but out the door in about November. And then likely to land in your hand by January. This is a 22 check compared to fourth stimulus, a 2021 check. Second, the President of the United States has really excited me, but I don't think viewers are very excited about this, because I am. He's dedicating $1 billion to the Social Security Administration to ensure that you get checks and payments on time, not delayed like we saw with Direct Express by Comerica, third stimulus. I had the hundreds of thousands, maybe millions of comments from viewers saying, where is my stimulus check? I'm on benefits. Why is it delayed? This is where you should be excited, because he's trying to end that once and for all. He understands that was a big problem earlier this year because of computer systems, old staffing. So he's trying to ramp this all up. So very exciting news. Number 3, it is Wednesday versus today. Wednesday, Jay Powell, the head of the Federal Reserve, the number one guy, spoke to Congress, said, I'm not changing anything, and I'm going to continue to support this economy with stimulus all the way until the end of the year. It's called I'm not tapering. I'm not removing anything. And we'll have 2 interest rate hikes in 2023, 2 years from now. So this morning, the federal chair out of St. Louis, who's lower on the total poll, was on broadcast news, and he said, I think we can have some rate spikes next year. Excuse me? You're defying your boss or something? And then he said, inflation's running too hot. Oh boy, that was that was like a little bit of a detour from what the boss said. And then he also said, we will have to start tapering next year. Okay, so Wall Street went right down. Crypto went right down. But why is this straight up for your benefits? Let me explain to you why. We all know inflation is going up. And we all know that inflation is your benchmark proposed under fifth stimulus to raise your benefits up every year. What's a benchmark? Every December, they apply the benchmark to see whether your benefits should step up for the next year. Your current benchmark is COLA, a horrible indexer. They want to use now inflation. Well, this week we saw the consumer price index and the producer price index super hot, too hot. And they all now say, Wall Street analysts, that inflation may be about 4% and heading up to 10%, temporary, or what they call transitory, very technical word, and then coming back down. Well, this is what you have to hope for fiscal stimulus. Let's go over how this applies and how this could be wonderful, wonderful, wonderful news for you. First, under fiscal stimulus, they're going to raise your benefits up. Then they're going to remove the asset limits, add an inflationary benchmark, remove the income exclusion, and remove the marriage penalty. All right, let's explain that with that temporary spike. First, they're going to raise everyone's benefits up one time under fiscal stimulus. This is you, SSI, SSDI, Social Security, Railroad benefits, Veterans benefits. Then, every December, they're going to apply the benchmark. The first December would be this December. So you want to hope that as that inflation's going up to that temporary spike, that it hits that spike right when they apply the benchmark in like November, December, before it goes back down next year. Here's why. Because once your benefits go up, they never go down. So let's say it lines up perfectly on timeline and that it is 10%. Then your benefits would step up 10%. Not just next year, lifetime. This is huge, wonderful, wonderful news. Then also under fiscal stimulus, they're going to remove the asset cap. Dating back to a 1980 law says you can't have more than $3,000 on hand. It's going to go away and you'll be able to have some free hand space to put some stimulus checks in there. They're going to remove the income cap that prevents you from working. Now you'll be able to work and stay on benefits if you wish. And finally, the marriage penalty. It's going to go away. So you'll be able to marry your longtime love interest and no longer be penalized. You'll be able to get benefits. And viewers like Rob and Sandy will be able to marry and not worry about the marriage penalty. So there you go. That is your fifth stimulus check updated 2021. But there's so much more in fifth stimulus, third stimulus, and fourth stimulus that I don't cover in a given day. And it's important to know that viewers have gotten $5, $10, $15, $20,000 from third stimulus because of becoming a member. The membership link's at the top of the chat in the pinned comment. If you're watching the live chat and you see emojis next to people's names of hawks, they're members. Members are delivered from me daily a breakdown of everything in third stimulus, fourth stimulus, and fifth stimulus that they can get. Third stimulus is law, and third stimulus has thousands of dollars for a lot of viewers. That is application-based. You don't know to get it unless you apply. So consider becoming a member and getting that big moolah. And there we go, which brings us now to our third and final part of the fourth stimulus check updated 2021 today in this extended evening's LA broadcast that goes right into overnight's crypto next. Well, I got not one, but four things I want to go over. Personal message. Second, I want to go over the routing times. Then I want to go over fake narratives with a new twist of U-Haul trucks today. I did not see this one coming. And then finally, I want to go over Purple Power Push. All right, personal message. You've been doing a great job on this. It was a week ago, about tomorrow, that I complained I saw 12 tweets in 12 hours. Now we're seeing hundreds of tweets an hour. So that's wonderful. You've also been very good in distancing yourself from anyone or any person that wants to play the stimulus psychic network game. We don't do that on this channel. We don't sit back and say, I predict, I envision, I think, I wonder, I hope. No, because these aren't legislators. No one should be sitting around and guessing on their front porch, at the water cooler, or anything about these legislators. Why? They're currently marking up the bill. That means they have a copy of the bill in their hand, and they got a pen in the other hand. The pen has ink on one side and an eraser on the other side. At any time that person marking up the bill could take that eraser and go right to the provision you are excited about, that your predictions have been saying it's in there, and take the eraser and erase it out, and that's gone. Or they could be taking the ink side of the pen, and to that provision you've been very pessimistic about and telling no one it's not in there, it's not in there. They could be writing it in there. So ultimately, we do not do stimulus psychic, and you've been great staying away from that as well. It's important to note of how this voting process starts next week, and let's go over all the details. 9 steps, and they can do more than 1 step per day, with the exception of the Votorama. And other than that, they can do more than 1 step per day. Let's go over the 9 steps. Steps 5, 7, and 8 are the most important. All right, step 1. The House subcommittee calls the procedural bill for a vote. Step 2, the House floor votes on the procedural bill. Step 3, the Senate votes on the procedural bill. Step 4, the President signs the procedural bill into law. At that point, the tow truck is passed over the finish line. Time to go back and get the tow hitch. Step 5, here we go. The House subcommittee, which has been marking up the language of the bill, hopefully for stimulus checks, would call it for a vote, hopefully with stimulus checks in there. But there may not be in there. We'll see. Step 6, the House floor votes on the procedural bill. Step 7 and 8, critical steps, the 2-day Senate vote-a-rama. During that 2-day vote-a-rama, the senators make amendments if they so wish. So, 3 possibilities. Number 1, House bill has no stimulus checks in there. Senators can amend and add them in there. Possibility number 2, House bill does have stimulus checks in there, and the senators like it, they leave it alone. Or possibility number 3, House bill has stimulus checks in there, and the senators do not like it, so they amend it. Which brings us to step 9, the president signs into law. And there you go, the 9 steps from A to Z. Then we go to the big surprise, which is the fake narratives. Every day there's a new fake narrative, and yesterday the fake narrative was some seemingly bipartisan print media that are actually very conservative slant, unless you don't know it, were telling us the wrong story about even what was going on with Chuck and Jalapal and Joe. The day before that, we had the prom creators doing a fake narrative. What was the new fake narrative today? I told you there's going to be a lot of them. The new one today were Democrats. Democrats with their own bill. What is their fake narrative? The U-Haul truck syndrome. There has been a series of Democrats, not a lot, just a few, that have done this U-Haul truck sort of pitch, which is, oh, you're doing it for stimulus? Well, let me back up my U-Haul truck and open it up and sort of dump in there all this other stuff I want to have added. And if you don't add it, I'm not voting in favor of it. And you're like, oh, so what is the stuff he's adding? Lobsters, avocado toast, pot pill. What is the stuff you're adding? And yet it's all fake narrative because they're going to fold like a lawn chair. These are the same people who folded like lawn chairs last year. The fact that they say they're not going to do it unless you include their crazy wacko thing, they all do that. Here's an example I'm going to show you just for Evenings LA. Last year, Nancy in third stimulus was trying to do a special highway in San Francisco. I never covered it, but it was so crazy. She put it in there. She slid it in there. It was like, okay. And I'm sure she probably said, unless you give me my highway on, highway to nowhere, highway to that song. Yeah, I'm not going to say it on air. But unless you give me my highway, I'm not going to sign the bill. Of course, she signed the bill without her. Her highway got taken out. So there's a lot of U-hauling going on today. So fake narratives, what I need you to know is going down to the very last day, you need to just listen to Chuck, Jalapal, the president, myself, and the community, and the Purple Power community. Because other than that, you're just going to see fake narratives all over the place. Finally, Purple Power, you're doing a great job. You're doing a great job. Hashtag Purple Power, hashtag MSC. Social media, who do you tag? Democrats in the House, Democrats in the Senate, but also tag progressives who are caucus heads, like the Progressive Caucus Twitter handle, or its vice chair or chair, or the House caucus, the Senate progressive group and their head and their vice head, all those different types of people, because it really, really helps. They, those caucuses, they don't have more than 10,000 followers. They don't have a lot of followers. So it really helps. Also, one viewer was very smart in what she said overnight. She said, retweeting takes 10 seconds. So not only tweet, but also retweet. So if you go in social media and search for Purple Power altogether, hashtag Purple Power altogether, you'll maybe see 200 tweets in just a second. Just retweet them. Hit that bam, 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 one after another. If you don't do social media and you can't tag your elected officials on Twitter, Facebook, Reddit, Instagram, then go with the telephone, the old-fashioned way. Pick up the telephone and call them because they want to hear from you. Express why it's important. Yesterday, the new jobless claims number was released, the Thursday morning jobless number, and it was bad. It was bad. It did not improve. It got worse. Meaning people who were never unemployed during this pandemic became unemployed. Yeah, so it went up. There's a lot of reasons why people need stimulus. They have debts piling up, but you need to humanize it. And that's why it's good to talk to a staffer in their congressional Washington offices on the phone to express your opinion. And there you go. Meantime, stay with this video, and 6 seconds after the video is over, it'll automatically take you into Overnight's Crypto. Boy, this weekend may be the opportunity for a lot of viewers to make a lot of money because crypto is taking a bath of a dive. Let's see what happens tonight. So make sure you subscribe. 400,000 subscribers, a YouTube record. Once you're part of this family, hit that subscribe button right now. Like this video, 2,000-3,000 likes, and consider becoming a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power Casino VIP. So you're delivered daily a breakdown of everything that is in third, fourth, and fifth stimulus. Stay with this video as it takes you into Overnight's Crypto coming up next. Stay informed, stay focused, stay positive, stay here, and stay with LALATE.